Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, Sandy Bay, episode number 7. Last time we harvested our 2 regular fields, the canola and wheat fields, and this time we're taking care of those straw bales and prepping the fields for our second go round for the fall. We've already got a good amount of the work done down here on 14 in the field just to my left, just below us. It's been cultivated, so it's ready for that next stage. And meanwhile, Dad's showing up here right about now. You can see him there just arriving. Setting the trailer, which, by the way, to get that back to normal, because it's a modded trailer, it's a little odd. If you hit unload and then hit the transport position, so hit those 2 buttons, that's where it'll go back to normal and be able to pick up.
Okay.
So you gotta hit unload one more time to get it back to not trying to unload. Its behavior is a little bit odd. This whole group of bales I took for a ride last time around. We'll just bypass them this time. I got a head start on this process while that smaller tractor was busy unloading our harvest. Which was definitely not a bad one, by the way. Oh, poor bale. It'll be fine. Keep taking so many of these bales for a ride.
Well, I'm trying to get the ones on the edge so we get them out of your way.
Thanks. Yeah, straight up avoided a couple bales. Ran over a few bales. Had a few bales towed along with me for a little while. But as we've done bale pickup before, and we just did some cultivating in the last episode, we'll go ahead and time-lapse this straight to the end of this process. Going through our entire manure quantity in one lap of field 15 is really bad for fertilization rate. So relying on our own manure for the job is just not going to cut it. So I'll kind of pick up right here where we are, 14, or at least in a moment. And we'll use the solid fertilizer spreader here. I don't think our manure is going to work in it, but we'll give it a shot. And either way, this thing has a much wider spread and will actually fertilize our fields. So long term, that's going to have a great benefit for us. Trying to do it from our own manure supply, just not working out. We've already covered more of what we were able to cover in all of 15 in all of spring and summer supply of fertilizer. Of course, we have a lot more pigs than what we had. In fact, we have 10 more pigs than what we just had at the beginning of the episode. Just in the last hour or two, another little piggy has given birth. Quite sure if we're going to make it if we go down the middle. We'll give it a shot. Not quite. Might be a slightly costly addition, but it's definitely going to have an impact on the yield by some margin, and that will translate into more money. So short term, not cheap, but long term will have a major impact on what we're trying to do here. But that already is field 14 done, and barely even tapped into the fertilizer. So we pick it up here with 15. Come on. Elevation changes. All of a sudden it's not covering half the ground it was covering.
All right.
The odd shape of this field is suddenly making this a bit of a challenge. Doesn't do well swinging side to side. How are we doing on the bale transfer?
Still working on it. I'm down to having to do it one at a time
now. Yeah. Here in a couple days, we are planning on offloading the silage bales, but they're still grass bales for now, so we'll wait to do that. But we're starting to get that quantity of bales to a point where it is creating the lag that FS is famous for when it comes to a large number of bales. So right now we've got all the silage, we've got hay bales, we've got all the straw bales now as well. So it's quite the number we have at the moment. But those silage bales would be at least half. This will get us ready to lay down seed again. And then we'll be done with the field for a while, especially without a trailer that does herbicide. Alright, well that takes care of the most awkward sections, but the constant little rolling kills on here. Let's see, it'll go wide and then all of a sudden it'll come in tight and then it'll go wide again, and so even when we think we have it covered, we end up with little spots that don't get covered. Considering we started with 2,000 liters of fertilizer and we have 978 left, and we're about to make our final full pass, but we got those couple spots to clean up. Going just under 1,000 now means it's only taken us about 1,000 to do 2 fields. So that's pretty easy and definitely not costly compared to the time and effort to get the manure. So we may end up taking that manure and selling it if possible. Gotta double check and see if there's even a value for manure in the store. I think there is. The garden center has manure for sale, but then the key thing is whether there is a sell point. But that does it with the fertilization. So that task is complete. 14, 15 ready to seed. We do have 2 seeders, so both of us will be able to work on that. And that means we just need to finish getting those bales put away and see. You know what, this is a small piece of equipment and not used very often. Let's get this put away in storage.
asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody, 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 everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. I know. Them and said she told me so. Everybody asked me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so.
Alright, well, 15 has been harvested, baled, the straw bales have been stored away, field has been cultivated, fertilized, and planted now with canola, swapping the two around. I'm going to take a hard left here just before you, because I have caught you. There we go. And now 14 has been harvested. No baling to do on this one. But it has been cultivated, fertilized, and we are just about done seeding 14 as well. Meanwhile, our little piggies continue to spread like, well, piggies. And in the US, we often call that like rabbits. Their numbers have increased actually just here within the day, in the last couple hours, and they are now at 74. So the original 20 have grown in number significantly over the last little bit, and that's going to do it for this field and for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.